Welcome back to a new video. Today's video is on iCarly Season 3 Episode 3 entitled I Make New Memories, with the official synopsis being: while Mrs. Benson prepares for her big day, Carly and Freddie take a walk down memory lane. Carly and Freddie team to recreate some of their favorite memories after all of Carly's photos and videos are erased from her phone. And before I give out my review, please like the video, dislike the video, follow me on Instagram, Letterboxd, and TikTok for more reviews. Episode 3 was a pretty good episode, and at the same time, I am pretty surprised with them already just making credit official, and I have a few ideas of what could possibly happen in the finale, which I will explain later in the video. As the stories in episode 3 mostly resolved around Carly and Freddie's friendship, the tension of them possibly having a relationship, and also just Harper and Mrs. Benson having their own story in here as well. As the episode just starts off with just Spencer having his new project at hand, and his project idea is not bad. It's probably something that we've seen in the original series but updated to some sort, as his idea basically just goes horribly wrong, of course, and because of that, Carly lost all of her photos, videos, and her hard drive that she had ever since the original series, 15 years in the making. And Spencer, he does what he does best. He tries to fix the situation, but as we see throughout the episode, he's just a funny character overall. The Carly and Freddie relationship aspect was pretty huge in this episode, of course, as throughout the entire episode, the two try to just figure out how to get Carly's photos and videos back for the last 15 years, and they decide to recreate some of them. And that was one of my favorite parts of this episode, having the nostalgic effects in here, having several memories from the original series and just bringing them back only temporary in a way to have Carly just have new memories. I thought that was a nice touch, and I thought what would have made things better if some of the memories had some of the characters that were in the memories as well too, such as T-Bone and whoever else was involved. But hey, it is what it is, honestly. And the episode just continues next to Harper and Mrs. Benson's storyline. The storyline in this episode between those two is not bad. It does give them something to do with the characters, as Mrs. Benson's wedding is upcoming and she decides to get this wedding dress that she first chose, and honestly this dress is definitely horrible. Like, it's not good at all. And Harper tries to give her ideas on how to like freshen things up, how to make things better, and at first it falls on deaf ears with her ideas, but sooner or later down the line Mrs. Benson does accept Harper's ideas, and I can't wait for the wedding. I just have an idea that something crazy is going to happen at Mrs. Benson's wedding. Like, I don't think it's going to go smooth at all. I think there is definitely going to be some problems, some shenanigans, maybe some people returning, but only time will tell. But meanwhile, back between Carly and Freddie and their situation, Carly decides to continue to recreate some of her memories from the original series, and we go to Italy, as apparently, I guess after the original series ended, Freddie did travel to Italy to see Carly, just to catch up, just to see how things were going, as Carly was lonely after she moved away. And throughout the entire years back in the original series, everyone saw how Carly had basically like strung Freddie in many different situations. And apparently during that dinner, Freddie was going to ask Carly to like be in a relationship and as well, and Carly laughed at the idea when someone else was talking to them, and Freddie felt hurt, betrayed, and honestly I could see where that man was coming from. Like, I can see where he was coming from when it came with that situation. I probably would have done the same thing as well too, honestly. But after that dinner, that idea just goes awfully wrong. Sometime later during the next day, we just see Spencer talking to Freddie and Carly just feeling all kinds of just messed up by what has happened. And then, long story short, we finally have the crazy moment. I thought this moment was going to happen maybe in like the last episode or a few episodes down the line, but they talk things out. Carly finally admits her feelings. The project was fixed with all of the different photos from the original series. Although she's never coming back, it was still nice to see a photo of Sam as well too, just because she did have a big hand in the original series. They talk about different things, their feelings, their emotions, and just like that, Freddie is now official. Freddie is here to stay, hopefully. As the episode just basically ends with just the gang, including Harper, Marissa, Millicent just being there together. Marissa says some cringeworthy stuff, and that's how the episode ends, honestly. And episode 3 was a pretty good episode, and I am pretty surprised that they decided to just do it already between Carly and Freddie in their relationship. I thought that it was probably going to happen somewhere down the line, maybe like episode 6 or 7 or the final episode, but I'm not mad because I just thought that the stories in here were pretty good. The nostalgia references back to the original series was done well. Performances were good by all of the cast and characters. No one had a bad performance in here. But I definitely do have a few ideas of how the finale may be now. Since they're now getting together in episode 3, I could see only 2 things happening by the time the finale is here. Option 1, they're gonna break up. Like the relationship is not going to work out well, or they're probably going to take a break until season 4. Or option 2, Freddie is probably going to ask Carly to marry him. I don't know why. I could just probably see that happening for some reason. Like, they're now together after so many years. Like, I could see those 2 options happening. Anything else, I'm not quite sure unless something crazy happens. But yeah, only time will tell. But yeah, episode 3, pretty good episode overall. I would like to say thank you for watching, and until next time.